The New York Attorney General joining the criminal investigation led by the Manhattan DA into Trump org. We are joined now by a very special guest with unique insights. Barbara Rest was a former senior Trump Organization official, executive vice president. She worked with Donald Trump for over a decade. She also wrote the book Tower of Lies. Thanks for coming back on the beat.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Based on your experience and knowledge of how Trump org operated, Mr. Weisselberg, the finances, the rest. Do you have the sense that these investigators will find a lot of things that went right up to the line or over the line?
Both. I mean, you know, he always goes right up to the line in every single thing he does. That is the mantra. That's the way they operate at the Trump Organization. But if need be, go over the line. Absolutely.
What do you think Weisselberg is feeling and thinking today?
I think Weisselberg is very concerned about his kids. I think that what they're doing is the kind of thing they did with Flynn, remember, and his kid, and then he turned or he caved, whatever. I don't think Weisselberg would let his children go to jail. So that's what he's dealing with.
You don't?
And maybe himself. No.
Because, you know, we watch this. We watch this all, and I don't view it as a soap opera. In my time working in law and my time in journalism, every single person we deal with is a real person, however flawed. They got a real heart, they got a real soul, they got a real family, and these are tough situations when people are looking at their own legal jeopardy, or sometimes, as you mentioned, of their family members. So this is not a soap opera. But we did see different typologies. We saw Paul Manafort, for example, who was willing to do hard time and never give up the goods, and he ultimately was rewarded by Donald Trump. We don't know. Historians may probe if they can ever prove how direct that deal was, because it's easier to do time if you know it's going to end after the election or not, versus open-ended. And then there are others who weren't going to do a day. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, ultimately is not the right word. In my opinion, this was all a done deal beforehand. Same thing with Stone and anyone else. And that's what Trump.
Well, you could say that. Let me just say, Barbara, you might very well be right. I can't say it journalistically because we haven't two-sourced it. We haven't confirmed it. You're saying you have deep knowledge of this man, Donald Trump, and that leads you to think that they struck a deal, and that's more than most people on TV. You really know. But build out your point on that, and build out your point on what that means for investigators pressing Weisselberg if he's not someone that will do time, but he knows everything about the money.
Right. Well, you know, to your point, I agree. This is from my opinion, and we're all only talking opinion here. I know no facts. But I do know Donald, and I've seen him operate, and I've seen the organization operate. Weisselberg has evolved from a different person. I don't know exactly where he's at now, but I knew who he was when I was there, and he was a very quiet, recalcitrant kind of guy. He bowed to Donald Trump. He even called him Mr. Trump, and the rest of us all called him Donald. So he adores Donald Trump. We've got that as a given, and that Trump knows and has relied on as this trusted, and probably the only trusted employee left, other than family. But you put Alan Weisselberg, and like you said, everyone has a heart. I would question about that when it comes to Donald, and I mean that. But Weisselberg he'll not go to jail, and he will not go to let his children throw him under the bus, so to speak, because there is no pardon coming down the road. The only thing Trump has to offer anymore is money. And I don't know that money would pay off jail time.
Final question. If Donald Trump did something over the line in these recent years within statute of limitations, do you think he left enough fingerprints for these investigators?
Trump has a way of getting people to do things that he wants them to do without saying, do this. And that is, and Cohen talked about that too, that is the way that we all lived there. You know, it was not, I'd like to see this happen, or what would it be like if this happened, or maybe this should happen, but not go out and make this happen. Except when it came to people like Calamari, the Squid, as you recall, who I don't know, I haven't heard that they're talking to at all, and people like Alan. And yes, I'm sure he told them what to do. Now, will Alan talk about, it all, who knows? That's yet to be seen. But fingerprints, yeah, he's got fingerprints.
Sometimes they say those who know don't talk and those who talk don't know. And I've seen examples of that. Barbara Ress knows it well and is willing to talk to us, and we're grateful for that. And people can check out the book, Tower of Lies. Thanks for coming back, Barbara.